Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Digital Identity Era, Fintech, Biometrics, and Beyond here at Cyber Week. I'm Rachel Benelli, the manager of the Center for Cyber Law and Policy at the University of Haifa, and along with our partners at the Israel National Cyber Directorate, we're honored and delighted to have you all here with us today. In a world where digital threats are evolving faster than ever, the intersection between cybersecurity, biometrics, and fintech is becoming more critical each day. These technologies are no longer part of a distant future. They are shaping the way we secure our identities, systems, and societies right now. We're privileged to host a lineup of outstanding speakers who will share their insights, research, and innovations. And I would like to express our deepest gratitude to each of them for joining us today and contributing their expertise in this important conversation. And thank you, of course, to our hosts here at the Blavatnik Interdisciplinary Cyber Research Center here at Tel Aviv University, Professor Itzik Ben Israel and the entire team, and with a special thanks to Mr. Peter Pesov for his support leading up to this event. And of course, thank you to all of you, our guests, researchers, professionals, and enthusiasts for being here and helping build a stronger, safer digital future. I hope we have a meaningful and engaging day ahead. Without further ado, I would like to invite Brigadier General in the Reserves, Yossi Karadi, Director General of the Israel National Cyber Directorate, to deliver his opening remarks.
Good morning. First of all, you are dealing today with deep fake, and I think this is the storm that we have is a very deep fake.
Yes, absolutely.
But this is not this issue. I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to see you. Naama was worried in the last days because of the storm. And I told you they will come because it's very, very interesting issue. And on top of it, I think that all of you are very, very lucky men and women because you're dealing with the most interesting subject now in the world, I think. Because in the transportation of the world, the digital transportation of the world, I think that maybe secured identification is the only thing that stands between the old world and the total digital world. Because the trust of using the digital systems and of course, we are always going to the place that is hurting us the most, the finance. The ability of you to put all your trust and all your data, and of course, all your money in your bank, and I bet none of you now is going to the bank to do something. You are doing all the things by digital. But just think that, I don't know, your friends, your neighbors, your enemy can use your identity. And as you sit now, here, is entering your account and taking your money. This is the only thing between secure identified and unsecure identified. Very, very simple. And of course, this is small example, and you can small example, and you can take it to a very, very big thing in our world. Secure identified is only a part, from my opinion, is only a part of huge thing about what is true and what is not true in our world, what is fake and what is true in our world, and maybe we are still need to make another transformation in our thinking, because then I talked yesterday with other group, I don't remember who it was, but we talk about searching the deepfake, searching the data that that was manipulated and that it isn't true. But we all know that most of the data now on the nets, on the social network, isn't true. So maybe we need to change our way of thinking and stop searching the deepfake or the manipulated data or the untrue data or the false data or the fake data, and start to stamp the true data that we are putting into our systems. So this is a very heavy thing that we need to change in our mind. And of course, as you know, I think better, I'm sure better than me, that we have today in the digital world a massive attacks on identities. Again, most of cyber attack in the world now, most of the money, most of the finance that is being used in cyber attack is ransomware group or using identities, false identities to accounts, and this is where all or most of the money goes now in the world, and it's I don't know. I even don't know now what is the number in the world, but you understand it is a very large amount. So what you're dealing here today, and what my great people here with Haifa University and with you from the industry and all of the areas do now in searching the secure identities, searching the way that we can move or to do trusted move to the digital world is crucial to the ability for our world to move forward to the another step of digital world. And in the aviation group yesterday, I told them that in the aviation world, I think only in the also in the finance world, you need one mistake. You need one occasion that someone will do cyber attack or using, of course, using false identity or other cyber attack, but you need only once that, for example, using false identity and I don't know, do some harm, big harm to I don't know, bank. I don't want to use name because but a big bank in Israel. Think about all of you that are have account in this bank. What you're going to do 1 hour later when you read the headline that X bank is being attacked, now your identity isn't safe. I think it will take 1 hour that all of you will go into the car, because you don't want to use digital if it's attacked, and run to the bank and ask for your money. So I think what you are doing here is very, very important to us as a country and globally. And I told earlier to the head of our friend from the Haifa University that we need to always move forward from research to practical research to product, because we need eventually to use those fantastic ideas. So I'm waiting for these products. And of course, we are now, I think, almost in the end of national strategy on secure identity. And you all can be a part of this strategy, and of course, to refer to everything that you want to add, or we can improve our strategy. So I wish you a great day, and I know that there are great people here, and it will be productive, and Naama will be happy in the end of the day. Good day.
Thank you very much for those remarks. Now I'll introduce Professor Irit Hadar, the director of the Center for Cyber Law and Policy at University of Haifa. And in addition to her role at the CCLP, she's also a full professor of the Department of Information Systems at the University of Haifa, where she served as the head of the department until she assumed her position as the head of the CCLP. In parallel with her academic achievements, she works for gender equality as a member of the steering committee of the Innovation Authority's Initiative for Gender Equality in High Tech, Tech 50/50. Unfortunately, Irit was unable to join us today, but she did record her remarks to greet us all today, so I'll play them now.
Good morning, everyone. If you're watching this video, it means I wasn't able to make it to the venue. So I'm happy that I have this medium, at least, transcending physical constraints, to welcome you all to the conference day on the digital identity era, Fintech, Biometrics, and beyond. We organized this day in collaboration with the Identity and Biometric Applications Unit of the Israel National Cyber Directorate, with whom we have a long and fruitful relationships. The Center for Cyber Law and Policy at the University of Haifa was established and has been operating with the collaboration and support of the National Cyber Directorate. Residing in beautiful Haifa and spanning over our 2 campuses, the center attracts researchers from multiple disciplines, spanning from technology and computer science to law and regulation, and everything in between, including a wide spectrum of social sciences and humanities. As you can see from some examples of our projects displayed on the screen, some of them focus on cutting-edge cyber technologies, and others on the interactions between societies and technology from legal, political, industrial, or ethical points of view. In our collaboration with the Identity and Biometric Applications Unit, we put special emphasis on biometrics research and have dedicated a sub-center for this topic. Here also, you can see our multidisciplinary approach, which includes, in addition to projects dedicated to emerging technologies, multifaceted research looking into societal and legal implications of these new biometric-based technologies and applications. As part of our center activities, we organize multiple events over the year, each focused on a specific topic. You can see some examples here for cyber events. And for events focused specifically on biometrics, this one may seem familiar to you. We are always happy to welcome newcomers to our community, which includes members from universities, governmental organizations, and industry. Just click on our QR code, check out our events, and join our mailing list. Since I can't see you while recording this, I will optimistically thank you for your attention and wish you an interesting, engaging, and overall wonderful conference day. Thank you.
Okay, great. And now I'm happy to invite Ms. Naama Ben Zvi, Biometrics Commissioner, Executive Director of the Identity and Biometric Applications Unit at the Israel National Cyber Directorate.
Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to see that you came despite the fake news about the weather. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully more people will gather along as we go. Thank you, Yossi, Karadi, Director General of the ICRC, for the opening remarks. And thank you for the Haifa University Professor Irit Hadar, Professor Hadar Kavia, Professor Nitzan Geslichvich-Pakin, and Dr. Dalit Kendror, Rachel, and Aaron Bar for making this all happen. The Digital Identity and Biometric Applications Unit within the INCD is basically the in-government regulator and policymaker around those topics. We see and look on digital identity from all aspects, either it is operative, privacy, ethic, tech, or cyber, the whole picture. And today we are focusing on digital identity in Fintech, which is a prominent sector, but I'm sure you're going to have many takeaways which will help you in a more global approach. What is our alter ego out there, and what are we going to do about everything that is going on with attacking identities these days? According to all recent researches, in the past few years, identity fraud is rising. It's a very major vector of attack. Almost 30% of all attacks begin in with fraud credentials, because why break in if you can just log in? The parameter is no longer your firewall. It is your user. Once logged in, many things can happen, can be sustained, but he can sustain inside he or she for much time and to do much harm and basically break the trust within. So how do we cope? Let's look at the 5 top trends we are facing these days. Yes, so passwords, are we going to lose them anytime soon? I've been hearing that for the past 20 years now, losing the passwords. Well, it's not happening just yet. We all know to say MFA, multi-factor authentication, but if we continue to rely on those passwords, it will always be the weak link, like happened in the Louvre, or even if anyone uses 1, 2, 3 passwords, don't do it. It's very bad. So if the industry is here, this is a call for the industry. We have to make up and invent more methods of authentication that does not rely on the human factor. And we have some of these days. We have passkey, for instance, constructed by FIDO. But anything that is what you have and what you are, rather than what you know, would bring us much more closer to better times. Ongoing fraud detection. So onboarding is by far the most complicated part of identification. But even if you have a really good onboarding system and you use MFA, once the gate is passed, things can happen within the systems and throughout the session. So an ongoing fraud detection is essential if you're targeted. But we cannot lean on your everyday anomalies anymore. AR red agents are already out there. Only in developing and rely on blue AI agents that are trained ongoing on the rising threats can we really cope with the threat that we are facing. We might succeed in predict and prevent the next attack. And I can't avoid speaking about deepfakes. We are hearing about deepfakes all over, and deepfakes is the shiny generated outcomes or images that really disrupt identities today. Faces and voices are altered or manipulated. For biometrics, this is a major threat. A cyber AI threat using deepfake injections to KYC systems or any of your video conferencing app. The answer lies in multi-layered approach to cope with these rising threats. Finally, I cannot escape talk about the biometrics, my favorite passion for the past 14 years. So biometrics are here to stay. As you can see, I've put in here the 3 most prominent modalities that are today. This is according to the industry survey done this past year by the Biometrics Institute. Face recognition is still on top, but fraud might push to multimodal modalities or approach. This could be achieved only if our mobiles would be updated and upgraded for the enrollment process for those modalities. There are applied research today around contactless fingerprints taken by mobile and even iris. And if you can take 2 modalities, 2 in one shot, that would be a real achievement and breakthrough. These are the top 5, but just give you a taste. Yossi mentioned earlier that we are constructing a new strategy for Israel on digital identity. We're doing it with Deloitte. It will be a very important project for us to embark on 2026. Israel has many advantages. As a small country, we are very centric and strong construction of identity. Not all countries have that, but this should be leveraged much better to the realm of the digital era, and ascertain the role of the government as chief IDP in our ecosystems. So stay tuned. Finally, before I go off stage, if you can just scan this QR. This is for our last session. We have a panel about biometrics and ethics. We'll take you 20 seconds of your time. Just one question. Please take it away, and we'll see the results afterwards. So thank you. I'm giving you back the mic. We're going to have a great day. Thank you all for coming.